Welcome to Rocket Stadium on the campus of Neenah High School, the site for tonight's Fox Valley Association game between the visiting Appleton North Lightning and the host Neenah Rockets. It's a beautiful weather day here. Still in September and week 5 of the high school football season. We're expecting a good one here between the Lightning and the Rockets. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with my buddies Brett Christopherson and Jim Rosandick, all of us part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. And Brett, this is a pretty big one in terms of what we're seeing in the standings. Neenah tied atop the FVA with Kimberly, undefeated, both of those teams are, and then Appleton North one game back. Brett, maybe before the season we thought, well, maybe this might be a game. Well, guess what? This is a big game.
I'm looking forward to it, Ricardo, our third chance to see actually both of these teams, and here we are, week 5. This is where we start to see the growth, right, a little bit. First 2 weeks we saw Neenah. We've seen Appleton North the last 2 weeks as well. I'm really curious to see the strength of Neenah offensively, the run game, right? They're one of the top running offenses in the state of Wisconsin, regardless of the division, going against the strength of Appleton North defensively.
Right.
They can shut down the run, and they can shut you down defensively. They just held Kimberly to 17 points. Now, they lost 17-zip, obviously.
But that was an offense averaging more than 40 points a game.
Exactly. So strength against strength, I think it's going to be very interesting. Of course, now on the other side, how is Appleton North going to generate some offense against a very good defense that Neenah has boasted this season? So this is going to be a very telling game, a benchmark game. I think in Neenah, aspirations of Fox Valley Association Championship, obviously. This is kind of a mental hurdle, too, isn't it? Appleton North, one of the premier programs year in and year out in the state of Wisconsin. Can they finally get over that hump? It's been pretty heavy Appleton North in this series when you look at the history, and I can talk about that later on. But if the Rockets can somehow pull this off, boy, what a hurdle that is. And really, again, serves notice after beating Fond du Lac last week, a talented Fond du Lac team.
Yes.
Come back-to-back, go Fond du Lac and Appleton North. I think that would get everybody's attention without a doubt.
Again, thank you for joining us for tonight's game. We're expecting a good one here at Rocket Stadium between Appleton North and Neenah. I'll read off some football notes, I should say, for both teams. I'll start with Neenah. Brett will finish up with Appleton North. Again, these notes put together so nicely by Brett Christopherson every week. Rockets, hey, they're ranked number 7 in Division I in this week's WisSports.net state coaches poll. They're also ranked 7th in the large division in the latest Associated Press state poll. And they're coming off a 38-20 win, as Brett mentioned, over Fond du Lac last Friday in the FAA matchup here at Rocket Stadium. And Neenah lived up to its status as one of the state's top rushing teams. 482 yards on the ground.
That's a lot.
It's a lot for any team, but it's also a lot against Fond du Lac.
Yeah.
They did that en route to the win. Quarterback Evan Van Evenhoven, boy, oh boy, this kid continues to really, Brett puts here, impress, mature as well, and progress. He had 249 yards and a touchdown on 25 runs. He also threw for 80 yards and a touchdown while completing 7 of his 11 pass attempts. Jace Jenkins, well, kind of a ho-hum night for him, Brett. Only 142 yards and 2 touchdowns on 23 carries. I say that because it seems like he's been averaging 200-plus throughout the season. Van Evenhoven put the Rockets on the board with a 15-yard touchdown pass from him to Jenkins. To Jenkins, and Jenkins also scored on a pair of 1-yard runs. What about Grant Dean, the sophomore? He added 91 yards rushing and a score on his 2 rushing attempts. And we mentioned Dean, his 81-yard rush to the end zone in the second quarter. That gave Neenah a 24-14 lead, and Van Evenhoven's 70-yard sprint for a score later in the second gave Neenah a 31-14 halftime lead over Fond du Lac. Again, that's just surprising to see. Luke Keller, he had a 21-yard field goal for the Rockets. He also led the way in receiving with a pair of catches for 39 yards. Now on the season, Van Evenhoven throwing for 341 yards and 4 touchdowns while completing 60% of his passes. He also has 3 interceptions. Brett, that's one of the things we're going to watch this season is his maturation as a passer. We know he can run the ball, Brett, but his maturation as a passer is really going to pay dividends for Neenah if that does indeed happen. Jace Jenkins, one of our Elite 11 football players, is Neenah's top rusher with the FVA best 816 yards and 13 touchdowns on 86 carries. Brett, my UW-Milwaukee Met, that's around 10 yards a carry.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
He's averaging 204 yards per game and 9.5 yards per carry. I just rounded it up. Van Evenhoven is next with 486 yards and 5 scores on 50 attempts. That's also around 10 yards a carry. He's averaging 121.5 yards per game. Dean is third on the list with 146 yards and a touchdown on 11 runs. So you see the big play capability of that running game. Dean and Jackson Schloman each have 5 catches to lead the way in that department. And defensively, Trevor McGinnis, Rockets' top tackler with 38 stops, Darius Jones Jr. He's next with 27 total tackles. Hey, McGinnis also has 2 sacks, while Koi Rahote, did I say that right? Rajat. And Dean also have tallied 3 and 2 interceptions, respectively, to lead in that area. As a team, Neenah's averaging 85.2 passing yards and allowing 131. They're averaging just a shade under 400 rushing yards a game, and they're allowing 97.5. Neenah's averaging 41.8 points and allowing 14.5. Their next matchup's at Oshkosh North next Friday in the FVA matchup kickoff scheduled for a 5 o'clock start.
Yeah, I think we must have a doubleheader at 10.
Yeah, they did that tonight, too. I think Kokona was playing Oshkosh North. Now, Brett, what can you tell me about Appleton North?
Well, Ricardo, Appleton North 3-1 overall, 1-1 in FBA play. The Lightning, who did receive a vote in the large division in this week's Associated Press.
That was
State
my
poll.
vote.
They're coming off a 17-0 shutout loss to rival Kimberly last Friday. Fox Valley Association contest over at Paul Engen Field in Appleton. A game that we streamed, right? Offensively, Ricardo, check this out. Appleton North was held to just 45 total yards.
I'll have to, maybe when I get time, I'll have to look back. That has to be the lowest total I've seen in my whole time here at the Post Crescent for Appleton North.
Yeah, well, I've got this stat here in a minute, but 24 passing, 21 rushing as it suffered its first shutout, Ricardo, since the 2009 season when it was blanked 10-0 in a loss to Menominee Falls. That was a Division I state semifinal. I believe that was at Titan Stadium. Defensively, the Lightning allowed 295 yards to the Papermakers. That included a 183-yard effort on the ground. Brock Arndt, Ben Isom, and Brock Salm, they all finished with double-figure tackle totals, with Arndt registering 14 stops, Isom posting 13 tackles, and Salm recording 10 tackles. On the season, quarterback Luke Kreitzer, he's thrown for 264 yards and 4 touchdowns, while completing 54% of his passes. Jack Hammes, he's also seen action at quarterback with 49 yards on 5 of 8 passing. Jack Robinson, he's the Lightning's top rusher with 231 yards and a touchdown on 62 attempts. Hammes is next with 204 yards and 2 TDs on 37 carries. Kreitzer has rushed for 171 yards on 24 runs. Caden Pop's 12 receptions, that's a team high. Pop also leads the team in receiving yards with 173 and receiving touchdowns with 3. Owen Hager, Damian Borland, and Hammes are next with 5 receptions apiece. Hager has 57 receiving yards and a touchdown. Defensively, Arndt leads the way with 36 total tackles, including 3 for a loss. Stone Hulkey. His 3 sacks, that's tops on the team in that category. Salm has posted a team-best 2 interceptions. As a team, Appleton North averaging 78.2 passing yards per game and allowing an even 100. And the Lightning also averaging 175.5 rushing yards per game and allowing just 63. Looking at the scoreboard, Appleton North, Ricardo is averaging 20.3 points and allowing 7.5. And up next for the Lightning, they're home against rival Appleton East. Fox Valley Association matchup next Friday night. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m.
You know, Brett, we were talking about some of those early games they play at Titan Stadium. We do have a halftime score for Kokona, Appleton, or Oshkosh West. 40-0 Kokona over Oshkosh West.
Hey, we're going to see Kokona next week in our next Varsity Game of the Week live stream against Fond du Lac. That should be a high offensive game. 2 really good passers in Steven Schreider and Finley Dorio. National anthem coming up next. That is the Neenah High School Marching Band with our national anthem. Great job as always. Hey, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, guys. First, Cellcom, save $1,000 on the entire iPhone 14 family with a new line, or save $650 when you upgrade. Visit Cellcom.com to get yours today. Offers require a trade-in. Restrictions apply. Details at Cellcom.com/save. Also, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family owned for 20 years, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel. And spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today, 920-731-0922. You can always send them an email as well, Cooney's, Cooneys, 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Ricardo, I also want to give a shout-out to Neenah Athletic Director Mike Elkin.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike, for getting us into tonight's big Week 5 game. We appreciate it. Maybe he's listening to us. I know that Mike is not here tonight because he is on his way to Iowa City to watch the Hawkeyes and his son, Luke Elkin, the long snapper for Iowa, doing some good stuff over there. Did you see that?
I saw that.
That clip where he made the tackle after the punt?
Very impressive.
Yeah, hustling down there, and we've seen that a few times here at Rocket Stadium. So, Mike, safe travels to Iowa City, and again, thank you for making sure we're always good to go here at Neenah High School. A great setting, of course, right next to Memorial Park. And Ricardo, you can't beat the weather.
No, and this is let's hope this is the rest of the way through the month, huh? How about that?
How about through the entire season?
Well, I think that's a little too much to ask, but nothing wrong with maybe throwing a little tribute to the gods, as it were, and hopefully that we have this kind of beautiful weather, Brett. This is would you say this is a little bit unlike at this time of year? It's a little warm.
A little warm, I guess, but I'm not complaining.
No.
We're very thankful, and thankful that we're here for this Week 5 matchup. That ball booming into the end zone, touchback. So 1st and 10 coming up, Ricardo, for the Rockets. Undefeated, 4-0 overall, 2-0 in the FBA.
And we talked about that run game, Brett. This is what is very interesting to see early on, how Neenah approaches this game. We know that the Lightning, very, very solid on defense. This is, I'm going to guess, is going to be the best defense they've faced so far. And is this the game, Brett, where maybe Van Evenhoven
has to throw?
Yeah, shows off a little bit of the passing game.
Well, we talk about the running game, but the matchup too, Ricardo, offensive line versus that defensive front for the Lightning. Both physical, fast, and we'll see who wins that battle here in the early stages. 1st and 10, and it looks like Van Evenhoven's going to keep it, and not a lot there, maybe a couple of yards. Pretty impressive that a sophomore just kind of comes in, right, as a quarterback. And we saw Neenah in Week 1 against De Pere, Week 2 against Menasha, and I'm sure each week, Ricardo, he keeps getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I mean, he's been one of the surprises of the season. I guess you almost had to make it a question mark coming into the season because look at who we replaced. Matt Young, right? One of the better athletes in the Fox Valley Association, but he's really shown a lot, Brett. And again, just the passing game, we have to see how that develops. They certainly got the players to perform well in that area.
Right there, a good push by that line. So 3rd and maybe 3. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be at the 27-yard line, so 3rd and 3 coming up.
Brings up a 3rd and short. Yeah, it's good to see Brock Salm out there, Brett. Remember, we were wondering how he was going to be. Suffered that injury last week, but it was really more cramps.
Is that what it was? Yeah, kind of the way they were stretching his leg, right? It looked like that was the case, so great to see him out there. And there's, Van Even. There you go, Ricardo, a little pitch and catch. A little play action to Jace Jenkins, and now a little catch on the outside and still on his feet. That's number 46, Chase Collins, the junior. And there you go. The defense has to honor, right, number 2, Jace Jenkins. They kind of crashed. Good play-action fake. And just a little pitch and catch to Collins with a big gain to the Appleton North 32-yard line.
41-yard gain, Brett, and that's a perfect call in that situation. You described it perfectly. The attention that Jenkins gets as one of the top backs in the state, certainly the top back in the FBA, that opens up that sort of perimeter game, Brett, for the Rockets.
The 3 plays, nothing for Jenkins, and I think, what do we have here?
False start.
False start.
Pass was a little low, Brett, but I thought a nice job of making sure that he put his handle on that for Collins.
So 1st and 15 coming up. Ball will be at the 37-yard line. But 3 plays, Ricardo, nothing for Jace Jenkins yet.
I'm expecting that to come.
Is that the game plan? No touches for Jace Jenkins?
No, either this play or the next.
And there is Jenkins, breaking through one tackle, finally brought down. Pretty good hit there by number 35, Christian Pride, the junior defensive back.
Brett, if I may borrow that stool there that you have, is that all right?
I can do that.
I'm trying to keep stats here, and I need to have
hey, anything.
I don't want to put any more added weight on
you,
here.
Ricardo.
Yeah, any added weight on here onto the desk.
Could I get you some grapes? Maybe something to drink.
No, I have some Skittles here, but
okay?
a back rub might be nice.
That's not happening. 2nd and 12 now for the Rockets, and Van Evenhoven, he's back to pass again. Whoa, watch out! He's brought down.
Yeah,
number 33 got there
first. Who do we know him as?
Stone Hulky, right? The senior linebacker. I wonder if his intended receiver, Van Evenhoven's, fell down maybe off the line, off the snap. It kind of looked like that's who he was looking for. Didn't see who that was. And then Hulky came in fast and brought down Van Evenhoven.
Well, you mentioned it, Brett, fast. That's what we know about this great linebacking core for Appleton North.
Ball back at the 41-yard line. So what are you looking at, about 3rd and 19? 3rd and 17 maybe?
Yep.
And they're just going to give it to Jenkins right up the gut. Decision time for Coach Steve Young. 4th down. You do a little pooch punt, or are you going to say, hey, we're just going to go for it here in 4th down? Looks like the punt team, Ricardo, coming on out. So that pre-snap penalty, right, that false start kind of derailed this, and obviously the big play by Stone Hulky forcing the Rockets to live for another set of downs.
Well, now we get to see, conversely, the Rockets' defense and has really played well throughout the season, and Appleton North offense looking to get back on track.
Darius Jones, nobody wants to punt to Brock Salm. Have you noticed that in the games that we've done?
Right.
Too dangerous as a punt return guy. So Darius Jones Jr., the punter for
Was
the
that
Rockets.
A little triangulation there?
Yeah, I've given up on that. I still don't understand the concept of how you mark the ball, but that's okay. Hey, Appleton North, everyone, they lead the series all time, 16-8. Lightning have won 4 straight against the Rockets, 11 of the last 12 meetings. Neenah last beat Appleton North week 2 of the 2018 season. That was a 22-19 victory here at Rocket Stadium.
1st and 10 from the 14. Brett up the middle. Is that Robinson? Not much room. Again, 45 total yards for Appleton North last week. I'm sure that's something they worked on, put an emphasis on during the week in practice.
Kreitzer, the lefty, going to sling it over. Is that Hammis? Boy, look at that fast defense there. I think it might have been number 26 for the Rockets. Jack Zemlock, right? Senior defensive back.
Yeah, he had a good game last time we did their game, Brett.
Zemlock, one of the captains and a member of the Football Leadership Council, but you're seeing that speed for the Neenah defense like we saw with the Appleton North defense on Neenah's first offensive series. So 3rd and 7, I think. Kreitzer nowhere to go, and he's on the run and finally spins his way for the 1st down. Good decision, not trying to force anything that wasn't there, and that's a big set of big 1st down for the Lightning.
Yeah, Brett, 9-yard gain. 1st down and 10 at the 26. Brett, Appleton North has 12 yards already. That's a 4th of the way to their total from last year, or last week, I should say.
Nothing there for Kreitzer, number 15. Immediately there, Luke Young, the sophomore free safety, son of head coach Steve Young, getting in there pretty fast, shooting that gap, and Kreitzer had nowhere to go.
Yeah, loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 for Appleton North. Again, one of their main weapons, Caden Pop, He had a big game against Kaukauna a few weeks ago. We'll see if he's able to duplicate that effort. 2nd and 11 from the 25. You're in the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter.
High snap at Kreitzer. He's going to fire. There's Damian Borland. He's such a good weapon, but that's a good tackle to bring Borland down. That's not an easy task by any stretch. I think it was number 25 on the tackle. No, check that. Number 26, I'm sorry, Jack Zemlock with another tackle. So 3rd and about 5 coming up for the Lightning here midway through this first quarter. I'm actually hot.
Getting a little warm.
It's a little humid up here. We're all toasty and squeezed in. Got Rosie in here with us quite a bit in this season, haven't we?
We know each other so well now. A little too well.
Kreitzer, there's a play action. He's chased. Watch out. Going to fire it downfield. And almost the interception.
Was that Dean right there?
That was Grant Dean. I think that might have been Caden Pop, the intended target. Hey, that's a good matchup there if that's how that's going to play out. Dean against Caden Pop, 2 of the best here in the FBA, but 4th down, Dean doing a good job of just knocking that down.
Dean, it's hard to believe as a freshman he had so much experience. He was a starter last year.
That's something. You go from 8th grade to playing varsity football in
rare,
this league.
Very rare to see that.
And now Dean's back to receive this punt, lining up about the 33, 32-yard line. And I think he's going to get away from this and just let it bounce. Kind of the safe way to go nowadays when it comes to punting. Doesn't it? Punt returns.
Yeah.
Fair catch or just let it bounce.
Well, Brett, we mentioned about Dean being a freshman. You know the last guy who I remembered starting as a freshman and playing well?
Who's that?
Braylon Allen.
Oh, yeah.
He was a defensive back, remember? Eventually senior year or junior year, moving over to running back and now doing great things for the Badgers. But that's the only freshman I recall playing significant minutes and starting. And I am not saying that Dean is following that path. Still, that's the last player that I can remember playing as a freshman.
I think it's safe to say we're going to see Braylon Allen on Sundays someday, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good. So as Van Evenhoven going to keep it on the run, looking for a block. He gets a little something there before he's out of bounds, maybe a couple of yards. Yeah, the last time these two teams met, guys, it was in the Division I second-round playoff game last year. North beating Neenah 28-7. Cal Martini, he rushed for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns to pace the Lightning, which ended up running for 149 yards overall and 3 scores. Quarterback Matthew Scheckelman, 101 yards and a touchdown on 10 of 13 passing. Matthew Reichel, he was on the receiving end of that passing TD. He also rushed for a score. Van Even, watch out. Oh, wow. I thought he was going to go down, and Van Evenhoven getting a little something out of nothing there. But 3rd down coming up. Not anywhere for him to throw Ricardo downfield.
Yeah, but showing some good escapability. Always something you like to see.
Neenah's lone score, by the way, in that 28-7 loss in the second round of the playoffs last year to the Lightning. That was when Matt Young hooked up with Trevor McGinnis. That was a 3-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. So some familiar names. Some good players. Of course, Trevor McGinnis still out here at Rocket Stadium. And yeah, I misspoke when we were here the last time. That was for week 2 in the Neenah Monash game. I thought that would be our last visit.
Yeah.
We're back.
A few more times.
Looking forward to that new school and stadium here. 3rd down, Van Evenhoven. He's looking to throw, going downfield. He's got a receiver open. What a catch! He caught it. Unbelievable catch. That's number 3, Jackson Schloman, the wide receiver, stretching out. Ricardo fingertip catch along the Rockets sideline. Wow.
Well, before the season started, Schloman's name was mentioned to be my Coach Young. You're saying this guy runs great routes. He has great hands. Obviously a great athlete, Brett. He's a great basketball player. You saw all 3 things right there, Brett. What a nice catch.
Oh, beautiful grab.
And a pretty good throw by Van Evenhoven.
Yeah, he put that on the spot. Van Evenhoven, again, looking for a lead block and squeezing his way through, spinning around. That was a very good ball because he really put that only where Schloman could get it. And trusting that Schloman would get to that spot and just a fingertip grab. One of the best catches we've seen so far this season on our Varsity Game of the Week streams. Wow. About a 6-yard gain, I guess, for Van Evenhoven. Ball at the 37-yard line. Second down for the Rockets. And Ricardo, you're kind of getting your answer right now. We've seen a couple nice pass connections for the Rockets as Jenkins looking for some tough yards. That Lightning defense not giving him too much.
Gain of maybe a yard. Bring up 13 and a long 3 for the Rockets.
Neenah, one of the top rushing offenses in the state. I checked this out. Second in all divisions, Ricardo, with 1,569 yards entering tonight's action. The Rockets 9.6 yards per carry. That ranks 10th in the state. Their 20 rushing touchdowns ranks 5th. And their average, 392.2 per game, ranks 2nd. And it's going to be about 4th and 1 after that Jace Jenkins run. That's some hard running there.
Yeah, it looks like Appleton North, they're keying on Jenkins, Brett. 4 carries, 10 yards early for Jace Jenkins.
Ball at the 34-yard line. 4th and 1 coming up for the Rockets. So one of the bigger games of the night in the state, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you have, first off, North made it to the state semifinals in D1 last year, Brett, and Neenah, an up-and-coming team that thinks that this year is going to be a special year for them.
Here you go, big 4th down play. Jenkins has it, and he pushes his way forward. Tough running. Lightning defense was there. They're not giving him much, but he just needed the yard. Chains move. I think he got a couple. Fresh set of downs for the Rockets. Yeah,
couple is right, Brett. He got 2 yards, first down and 10 from the 32.
Jace Jenkins, guys, he ranks 3rd in the state in rushing in all divisions coming into tonight. 816 yards. 13 rushing touchdowns. That's tied for the 3rd most in the state. His 204 yards per game. That ranks 3rd as well. So just some prolific rushing offense so far by the Rockets as Van Evenhoven. He's got to get rid of it downfield. He's got a receiver wide open. That's a touchdown. Is that 32 yards?
That's what I have, Brett.
To number 83, Ricardo, Luke Keller, the junior tight end. And there's your first score. Wide open was Keller.
And that was, that ball had some air under it.
That was a rainbow. Kick is good for the Rockets. And with a minute 37 to go, here in the first quarter, we take a look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Rockets with the early lead, 7-0 on that 32-yard rainbow pass from Van Evenhoven to Keller.
I'm updating my Twitter. You can follow me at Ricardo DeLeon. Again, DeLeon is DELIAN. Don't forget about Brett at PC Brett. See Rosie at Meadow Rosie.
How did he get so open?
Well,
keying in on the run, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what that does. And again, Ricardo, I've said that. You wanted to see the passing game and how that maybe is maturing now here as we get into week 5, knowing that Appleton North is keying in on Jenkins, keying in on the run, and so far so good. The passing yardage probably outpacing right now the rushing yardage.
By a large margin, actually, now. A couple of big plays on the passing game for Neenah so far, Brett. Again, Evan Van Evenhoven really doing a great job. I don't want to say he's coming of age, but each game he's getting better.
Showed a good arm there. I mean, he was kind of rushed a little bit. Had to really uncork a pretty good throw on the run. And
hey, give Luke Keller credit, Brett. Sometimes those easy ones are the hardest ones to catch.
Well, ask Christian Watson.
Yes, that's right.
Right? So now we'll see how the Lightning respond as they pick up the short kick, and they're going to get great field position. Good hard return by number 44, Bobby Salm, the sophomore. So ball's going to be at the 47-yard line here. 1st and 10 coming up for the Lightning.
Yeah, Brett, great field position. 1st and 10 at the 42. 1 minute, 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll see how North answers, Brett. Look
Oh,
at this.
watch out, Robinson. He has the wheels, and a good job by that big offensive line as well, right off the snap. And that's about 8 or 9 yards, about 8-yard pickup, ball at the 45-yard line, 2nd and 2. So good start for Appleton North to try to respond after that 32-yard touchdown pass from Van Evenhoven to Keller.
Yeah, again, Jack Robinson, younger brother of Carter Robinson, the ex-North standout at quarterback.
Augustana now
yes.
At the next level. As Robinson now and spinning his way. It's going to be close. I think he definitely got the first down after that second effort. Yeah, Jack Robinson's sister is an outstanding athlete at Kaukauna.
Yeah, at Kaukauna.
So ball at the 41-yard line. Yeah, we're kind of laughing about that when Appleton North and Kaukauna played in week 3, that was. Who was she rooting for? Brother or school? Had to be brother, right?
Has to be brother.
1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line. So good start to this drive for the Lightning.
As this looks to be the last play of the quarter, Brett.
Kreitzer looking for something downfield, and not a whole lot there. 25.3 seconds to play. We will have another play before the quarter winds down. Appreciate everybody watching us tonight. Postcrescent.com. Also, Ricardo, I'm streaming it to really everybody up and down I-41. Green Bay Press Gazette, Oshkosh Northwestern, Fond du Lac Reporter. There's always interest here in the region, especially as we get closer to playoff time.
Absolutely, because those D1 teams up in the Green Bay area, we'll probably see one of these two teams.
Like a Bayport, for instance, right? They're doing some pretty good things up there in Swamico. The Pirates looking pretty strong. Kreitzer hands off to Robinson, spins his way. And look at that pile. And he's got the first down and more still on his feet inside the 30.
Yeah, it looked like a rugby scrum.
Good hard running by Robinson.
Yeah, it takes it to the 27, 14-yard gain, 4 carries, 26 yards for Robinson. Brett, are we closing out the first? Let's see.
They'll start the clock once the chains are set. We'll see if Appleton North liking going this way, if they want to get another snap off under 5 seconds here. Kreitzer. And he's trying to draw the Rockets offside instead. That is how the first quarter comes to an end. Good, fun first quarter. Big strike between Van Evenhoven and Keller. Now Appleton North on the move trying to respond. What I like about that last run here is we switch sides and switch quarters. Ricardo was guys playing until they hear the whistle, right? Just because you're in that scrum, the refs are going to kind of let that go a little bit, see who can get that push.
Absolutely. Brett, it is getting a little warm in here.
It's humid. I don't mind it. Don't mind it a bit. Because I know you'll be in Las Vegas for the state semifinal, so you'll be nice and warm. But me, Rosie, and probably Mike Sherry, if we're doing that game, we'll be freezing.
That's a heck of a crew, though, but you will be freezing.
We'll be freezing.
I think anytime you have 3 guys of significant carriage, as we have in here,
easy.
The body heat's going to raise that temp a little bit, Brett.
I don't have any kind of carriage.
Mr. Bike, you're an Adonis, Brett.
Hey.
I always say you have the incredible physique of an aging pro golfer.
I did about 25-miler yesterday. Try to get one in tomorrow morning. Actually, you know what I did today is my son, my youngest, and I, we're kind of really getting into pickleball.
Oh, sure, and there's plenty of pickleball courts around here now.
we found a little secret pickleball court. We're not going to give it up, but we played 2 games and had a pretty good little sweat going. I lost, of course.
Well, you are an old man.
The key is to stay out of the kitchen.
I love the kitchen.
Not in pickleball, you don't. 1st and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line. Ricardo for Kreitzer, and this offense. Ooh, high snap. And that
just was above. Yeah, Brett, there was a little off timing there.
Yep.
That was an open play. I think that was about 5 or 7 yards that they missed out on that incompletion.
Yep, that little bit of a high snap sort of distorted it. Look at all these young cheerleaders in front of us. Man, there is a ton of them tonight.
Rosie, can you get a camera on there? That's cute. This is future of young cheerleaders are coming up. And I think the varsity cheerleaders doing a good job of instructing.
Yeah, that's good. Good to see a very festive atmosphere here tonight at Neenah High School. Robinson, big hole. And finally, I think that was Grant Dean. No, that was number 5. Coy Rajat, the senior defensive back.
Hey.
But I thought Robinson was going to maybe take that to the house.
Rajat saved a touchdown, Brett, and those are tough tackles when it's just you and the running back.
Ricardo right now the front for Appleton North offensively winning on this drive. getting a great push and some nice running lanes for Robinson.
I would agree.
3rd and 1 coming up for the Lightning as Kreitzer hands off to Robinson again. First down near the 15.
Well, I think this is a heck of an answer by Appleton North, Brett. You know, again, we know of their struggles against Kimberly last week, and they're doing a good job against another very good defense on this drive here against the Rockets.
1st and 10 coming up at the 15 for the Lightning.
Three-yard gain for Robinson on that last carry.
Swing it over to Hammis, who's got some space. Ooh. Hit hard, but what these North skill position players are doing such a nice job. They're spinning their way, kind of gaining a few extra yards when they're meeting that first contact. Not going down easy. So 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9, inside the 10 for the Lightning. As Kreitzer hands off to Robinson again. Look at that guy's number 66 for the Rockets. Eric Schaufelberger, the senior defensive lineman, 6'1", 222 pounds. Getting in on that tackle, forcing a 3rd and 3 for the Lightning. Ricardo, ball at the 8-yard line.
Robinson, 7 carries, 39 yards. Nice bounce back. So thus far for the offense for Appleton North, Brett. They're already eclipsing their total from last week against Kimberly of 45 yards.
That was an anomaly, wasn't it? Well, watch out, and that's finally brought down. I thought he was in. That's number 34, Jeremy Nelson, a senior running back, 1st and goal at the 1. So what an answer here for the Lightning.
A lot of pride over there at Appleton North.
Oh,
you
doubt.
knew they weren't going to repeat a poor offensive performance like they did last week.
Nelson in, and he's got it. No, let's see. He's trying to. Nope, he's going to be stopped short. 2nd and goal coming up.
Is there a loss on that play, Brett?
No, I think it was no gain. 2nd goal, ball still at the 1. Maybe, if anything, got a half yard.
By the way, final, Kaukauna 47, Oshkosh West 9. Wow. That's from our friend Dan Cohn.
Looking forward to seeing the Ghosts next week against Fond du Lac in our Week 6 Varsity Game of the Week football live stream at Kaukauna. And Kreitzer, he's looking to get into the end. He is for a 1-yard score. So the Lightning, Ricardo, with a fantastic answer. Kreitzer with the 1-yard run.
8:51 left here in the first half. So North a point away from tying this up.
Just deciding, let's not do anything fancy, right? Get under center, snap it, and plunge your way into the end zone. We got a good one here going at Rocket Stadium here in Week 5. As Caden Pop out for the PAT. Pop with a big leg, and no problem knocking that one through. And as we look at our Cellcom community, Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard, we are all tied up 7 apiece after that 1-yard touchdown run by Luke Kreitzer, the quarterback.
I'll tell you, that was a good answer back, and that's what Coach Salm wants to see from his offense. That offensive line kind of setting the tone there, Brett. Tough, gritty yards. They did it just going right down the field, Brett. That started, let me see where I have here. That started back.
About the 47-yard line,
yeah,
wasn't
40.
it?
Yeah, exactly, Brett. And that was I'm just going to count the plays here. 12-play drive. So it was really kind of 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of drive, Brett, but exactly what Appleton North needed, and we're all tied up.
Kind of figuring that this would be a close game tonight. Two very, very good teams going at it. And now we'll see how Neenah responds. Appleton North with the score, Pop with the kickoff, and as Pop typically does, bangs it through the end zone. 1st and 10 coming up for the Rockets at their own 20-yard line. Gives me an opportunity, folks. Hey, we got a great deal right now going on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent, all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. For the next 6 months, you can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, mobile devices every day. Also includes the e-edition. Sign up right now at postcrescent.com/subscribe. I'll take you all the way through the high school football or the basketball season and the winter, all the winter sports. We're going to say reset the play clock, it looks like. So just try this again. $1 for 6 months, Ricardo. You cannot go wrong. Come on, folks. Please support all of us and all these live streams. We appreciate that. Whoa. Van Evenhoven. That was kind of a weird play. And look at the lightning all over the Rockets quarterback.
I think he did a good job just getting back to the line of scrimmage, Brett.
Looked like Ben Frantel, the senior linebacker. One of the Lightning defenders. No gain, 2nd and 10. Postcrescent.com/subscribe. You can do that right now or do it at halftime. Help us continue to bring these live streams. Ricardo, you have to be a subscriber to get a lot of the high school sports content, do you not?
You do. I mean, a majority of my stuff is premium, so go ahead and subscribe. You get to read all of it.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10, and Van Evenhoven going to throw it, and that's just too short. Getting some pretty good pressure there. Van Evenhoven, Ricardo had to get rid of it. 3rd and 10, that Lightning defense making it a little bit more difficult here on this drive.
Yeah, Brent, you see what pressure does.
Mm-hmm.
It disrupts everything, even a little bit of pressure. Van Evenhoven 2 for 3 for 73 yards, including that 32-yard touchdown. But 3rd and 10, Brett, this is a situation we don't really see a lot, or we haven't thus far from Neenah this season.
If they want to try to set up maybe another screen, but that North defense kind of reads those screens pretty well, don't they? So we'll see what is in store here in 3rd and 10. Ball at the 20-yard line. Van Evenhoven waiting for the snap. Jenkins next to him. Van Evenhoven, he's got time, but nowhere to throw. He's on the run, looking downfield, and he's going to be brought down. Whole bunch of white jerseys. No, he escapes! And somehow finally gets through, but nice tackle by number 55 again. Frantel, senior linebacker, saving at what could have been a first down run.
Brett, how did he get out of there?
I don't know.
He had 2 North defenders as spies on him. Did you see when he rolled out to the right? There was 2 defenders waiting for him. He somehow was able to reverse field and get, 6-7 yards?
I thought he was going to be dropped for about a 5-yard loss, so credit Van Evenhoven for running for about 6-7 yards, but still 4th down, and Frantel with a big stop, forcing this punt. Darius Jones, whoa, nice punt, spiral. Psalm has it at about the 30-yard line, looking to make something happen. Big stiff arm, but good punt, Ricardo, and a good job by that punt coverage unit to key in on Psalm, who is such a dangerous punt returner. Psalm did a good job to catch that because that ball was going to skip a little bit farther. One of your Elite 11. Got 2 of your Elite 11 players playing in this game. Jace Jenkins for the Rockets and, of course, Brock Psalm for the Lightning. So, okay, the Lightning get the stop. Feel like maybe a little bit of a momentum shifting to Appleton North.
Yeah, if they can do something with this. Now, you have pretty good field position. Your ground game was just really solid in the last drive. See if you can build off of this.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for Kreitzer. Offensive line, you know they love running the ball. There's Robinson, and not a whole lot there. Darius Jones Jr., number 91, finally bringing Robinson down after a 1-yard gain. Darius Jones Jr., of course, the senior linebacker, 6'2", 226 pounds. A captain and on the leadership council.
8 carries, 40 yards for Robinson, Brett.
Jack Robinson, just a junior as well, so we'll see him plenty next year as well. And Robinson, no play action. Kreitzer looking to swing it. Nice pitch and catch. Is that Borland?
It is.
And watch out. And finally gets the first down. He's still on his feet. Finally out of bounds. Where are they going to mark him out? That's a first down. He's a dangerous weapon. I like it when they use Borland because he's fast, strong, physical. And it'll be, 3rd down. I thought it was initially going to be a first down. And
well, they have it marked at the 47, so.
Looks like they're kind of trying to reset the chains here. I think the guys handling the chains, I think they thought it was a first down as well. So 3rd and 1 coming up for Appleton North. And now I think we got to kind of talk things over here a little bit, figure this out.
I think North is saying, hey, where did you mark the ball? We thought that was a first down. It certainly looked like he had a first down, Brett.
I think everybody on that far sideline, the Appleton North sideline, a lot of confusion as to where the now they're moving the chain, so it is a first down. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. The official doing right by getting it right.
Well, I'm saying, Brendan, this kind of game, every yard, every first down, so important.
Ball now at the 47-yard line, so first down, like that play to Borland. Damian Borland, 6'3", senior tight end. As Kreitzer under center, he hands off to Robinson, who's Ricardo. He's doing a good job of breaking tackles tonight. He's really running hard. There's contact there, and he's just busting through. I thought he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Instead, he gets about 8 or 9 yards.
Brett, not only is he showing power, he's being a little slippery.
44, ball at the 44, 2nd and 1. And right now, this Appleton North running game, it's
starting to kind of set the tempo now.
Yeah, it's clicking pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, nope, Kreitzer, good play fake,
Whoa.
and he's on the run, first down, finally brought down, but right now, Appleton North doing anything it wants offensively.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a nice tackle there, Brett, for the Neenah defense, because that could have been a much bigger play. Schaffelberger, the defensive lineman, because if he doesn't make that tackle, I think Kreitzer might be still running.
Ball at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for Appleton North, on the move again. And Kreitzer, the lefty, he's got time, and there's Borland again. Tackled by number 9, Aiden Carey, and number 15, Luke Young.
3-yard gain, Brett. Again, nice quick gain for the Lightning.
Very impressed right now after that Neenah touchdown, Ricardo, what Appleton North has been able to do offensively. They're really in a rhythm. Got the stopped the Rockets on that last offensive possession, and there's Kreitzer. Oh, big-time tackle. That was 66 and getting in there in 15 as well. 15, of course, is Luke Young again, the sophomore free safety. 66, we've called his name a few times. Eric Schaffelberger, the senior defensive lineman, getting off on his block. So 3rd down coming up, no gain. 3rd and 7.
Second big play by Schaffelberger, 6'1", 222-pound senior defensive lineman. Also a captain, or I should say a member of the Football Leadership Council.
Kreitzer, he's got time. Downfield, and Borland wide open. And really using Borland nicely, Ricardo. Beautiful throw. Nice route by Borland inside the 20.
And Kreitzer stood in there and took a hit, Brett. So he's really showing his maturation as a quarterback. Stay in, let that route develop, and delivered it on time for a big gain, a first down gain.
Yeah, they're going to mark that at the 17-yard line, so 1st and 10. I'm impressed with Kreitzer tonight. He's really operating that offense very well.
17-yard gain to Borland. Brett Borland's playing more of a factor in the offense than we've seen in games past.
I like it because he is an athlete, a good weapon. There's a big run by Robinson again, and that offensive line doing some great work. Big lanes for Robinson to get through, Ricardo. Right now, Appleton North dictating this game. They're in control.
10 carries, 58 yards.
Inside the 10, down to the 9.
Robinson having a solid night.
Robinson. That closed up pretty fast. Let's see who was. See if I can get a number as to who was there first. Looked like number 91, Darius Jones Jr. was one of the first ones there. As I mentioned, he's a senior linebacker, also listed as a fullback here on the roster. And third down coming up for the Lightning as the clock continues to run. 3:20 and counting. Big third down for Kreitzer and the Lightning. He's got it. Robinson and nothing. A whole bunch of red jerseys there closing up that gap. Fourth down, and what do you do if you rob some? You've got a really good field goal kicker in Caden Pop. He's got a big leg.
Well,
do you take the points and take the lead? It's fourth and short.
I'd lean on that run game, to be quite honest.
Ball at the 8-yard line, and wonder if they're going to want to call a timeout and talk about this. Well, they're going to keep that offense on the field.
They're doing the job, Brett.
As Kreitzer and the whole offensive unit was looking towards that sideline. Quarterback sneak. I think he was stood up. I don't think he got it.
Boy.
I don't think he got it. And the Rockets with the stop. Wow. I like the call. Under center, he did it once. He scored on that 1-yard touchdown. Kreitzer did, but you got to credit that defensive front for the Rockets. Standing tall on the snap, and Kreitzer did not get anything. Stood up, 1st and 10. What a hold for Neenah.
Brett, that was an 11-play drive by the Lightning, and to see it come down and turnover on downs, that's got to be tough, but exhilarating for the Neenah offense. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left here, Brett. And what a heck of a stand by the Neenah defense.
So ball will be officially at the Neenah 8-yard line as Van Evenhoven giving it to Jenkins. And boy, they are really looking for him, aren't they? I think he lost a yard. If you're Neenah, Ricardo, something you want to be careful about here is giving the Lightning too much time and a really good field to have one more crack at it before halftime. And conversely, if you're the Lightning, boy, get a stop here, call timeout, and set yourself up for what could be a good ending here in this first half. And it looks like the Rockets want to burn a timeout.
Yeah, for Appleton North, incompletions are as good as a timeout for if you're facing that Neenah offense. So, 1:53 left here in the first half.
Again, folks, 6 months for $1. Postcrescent.com/subscribe. That's the digital deal. Unlimited digital access to all of our sites, including the Post Crescent. Please sign up today, right now. We appreciate your support. Also, we'll be back at it next Friday night as we head to Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. I think it's going to be a very interesting Week 6 matchup as Kaukauna hosts Fond du Lac. Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. That should be a good one, Ricardo. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing how this game plays out. 7-7 tie, 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 7-yard line for the Rockets. As Van Evenhoven, he's got time, looking downfield, fires, and
Are they going to call a penalty? Because he was definitely hit before.
Good defense.
They're calling it incompletion.
Yeah, that's going to be number 35, Christian Pride, with the pass breakup, the junior defensive back. And now the Lightning, with all 3 timeouts, minute 47 to go, 3rd and 11 coming up for the Rockets. Potentially setting up very well for one final drive here in this first half for Appleton North. We'll see what Van Evenhoven has here on 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Brett, we talked about incompletions being as good as a timeout for Appleton North here.
Jenkins has it, wrestled down hard.
What a great first half defensively against Jenkins. North's defense made that priority. You can definitely tell, Brett, that he's been struggling to find any kind of space. 7 carries, 17 yards I have for him.
Ben Frantel, the senior linebacker. And I imagine Appleton North took a timeout, so 2 timeouts remaining for both sides. What do you do here? You got Brock Salm, a dangerous return man. See where he wants to set up. Near midfield. Probably don't want to kick it to him, do you?
Are they? Is Jones good enough where he can directional punt? I'm not sure.
Sometimes the danger, though, in doing that, right, is you shank one.
Shank one, yep.
So he's got a good leg, Darius Jones Jr. here in the punt in the end zone. Good snap. And kind of a nice high, beautiful punt. Nice catch and out of bounds. Wow. That was a really good punt.
Yeah, it was.
Good catch by Salm. Nothing he could do, and it just carried him out of bounds. So that's exactly what you wanted. I really thought Appleton North had a really good shot at taking possession in Neenah territory. Instead, it's going to be marked at the 41-yard line of Appleton North with a minute 33 to play. Good one here at Rocket Stadium. Two of the FVA heavyweights going at it here in a big Week 5 matchup. Got a lot of interesting games going on tonight. Also in the FVA, we've got Kaukauna at Oshkosh West, as Ricardo mentioned. Kagos with a big win. Kimberly at Appleton East. Oshkosh North at Fond du Lac as Kreitzer. And is that Borland again on the far sideline?
Number 16.
Yep, you're right. Number 16. That's Caden Prince, the sophomore wide receiver. So Ricardo using that short side of the field, right? Ball on the hash mark and just trying to get out of bounds as quickly as you can, conserving time, and those 2 timeouts for the Lightning.
See Caden Pop here in the near side of the field, Brett. He's their big play guy.
And Kreitzer looking for pop slant. And nice little jump cut finally brought down. That should be a first down and should stop the clock. Ball at the 49. So
nice athleticism.
They'll reset the chains and get the clock going. There's the official winding the clock up. And still 2 timeouts remaining for the Lightning as Kreitzer. Whoa, almost fumbled it. He had to hesitate. I think that was, number 47 for the Rockets will get credit. That's Kyle Schultz. The senior defensive lineman gets the sack, but I think that was that Schrauffelberger again?
66,
that kind of almost knocked the ball out of Kreitzer's hands. He had to kind of freeze and make sure he could regather the ball, and that was all it took for Schultz to bring down Kreitzer as Appleton North burns another timeout. Big play there by the Rockets defense. That's about a 5-6 yard loss back to the 45-yard line. Hey, I want to mention this. I saw this came over the email today, actually from Jim Strick, the communications director here for the Neenah Joint School District, also the PA guy. We've known Jim for a lot of years. Neenah's Shattuck Stadium is going to host its final football game on Tuesday. Its final football game after 90 years when the middle school teams host Kimberly. The stadium opened way back in 1932 when Neenah defeated West De Pere 13-0 under Coach Ole Jorgensen. Now there is a name of historic proportions here at Neenah. A Hall of Fame basketball coach as well as Kreitzer swings it over, trying to set something up to Hammes. Good tackle by number 82. That is Connor Briones, the junior outside linebacker, as the clock continues to run. Yeah, so go check it out. Final game coming up Tuesday at Shattuck Stadium. Of course, Shattuck being closed. The middle school is going to move here, and then the new high school is going to be opening up next season as well. Kreitzer, watch out. Darius Jones Jr. pressuring from the backside, and that's a pretty good stand by that Neenah defense, Ricardo, forcing what will be a punt with 32.3 seconds to play. Kind of a defensive slugfest going on here at Rocket Stadium.
Definitely is what we have here, Brett. Perfect description.
And we said Brock Salm, of course, a very dangerous return man for Appleton North. Same with Grant Dean now back to receive this punt. He can
fly.
He can fly too. Low snap, watch out. And they're just going to make sure that Dean doesn't get his hands on the ball, and it's going to finally go out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. And with 22 seconds to go, Ricardo, I think, probably play it safe, right? And go into halftime with a 7-7 tie.
That's what I would do because I think the Rockets get the ball to start the first half or the second half.
Yeah, you don't want any type of goofy mistakes. Neenah, by the way, played at Varsity Games at Shattuck Stadium for 50 years. The final contest was back in 1981. So a lot of history at that field. And that's a handoff to Jace Jenkins. Ricardo, nothing doing for Jace Jenkins, and I'm guessing both teams just happy to let the clock wind down here in what's been a very entertaining, very hard-nosed first half of football here at Rocket Stadium.
8 carries, 18 yards for Jenkins, Brett. That's just phenomenal defense by Appleton North.
Yeah, just to finish my thought on that, the Rockets lost that game. That was October 24th, 1981 at Shattuck Stadium. 6-0 the Rockets lost to the Blue Jays in overtime. Varsity team then moved to Rocket Stadium right here, while the middle school teams continued to play at Shattuck. By the way, Shattuck never had lights.
Oh,
Neenah traditionally played the varsity home games on Saturday afternoons. So go check that out. A lot of history at Shattuck Stadium, and Tuesday, go check out the middle school Rockets as they host the Papermakers. Halftime here at Rocket Stadium, and a quick look at our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard. We don't have anybody leading. We have a 7-7 tie in this Week 5 matchup. We'll talk more about tonight's game and what we have coming up digitally at USA Today Network Wisconsin after this short break.
From the top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton, it's Varsity Roundtable. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
Live from a secret location somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, it's Clubhouse Live. We'll look back on how the Packers fared, we'll talk football, we'll take a peek at what's next on the schedule, and we'll have our usual fun too. We're ready. Are you ready? It's time to get started. Let's open the doors and welcome to Clubhouse Live!
Welcome back to Rocket Stadium. We're here on the campus of Neenah High School. Again, we look at our Cellcom Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard at 7-7 between the Neenah Rockets and the Appleton North Lightning. Great Week 5 matchup here in the Fox Valley Association. Once again, thank you to our sponsors. Cellcom, save $1,000 on the entire iPhone 14 family with a new line, or save $650 when you upgrade. Visit Cellcom.com to get yours today. Offers require a trade-in. Restrictions apply. Details at Cellcom.com/save. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at SBCglobal.net. Also want to give a plug for USA Today Sports Plus. That's the new sports app that puts the fans first. Get the latest scores, stats, and standings, and enjoy interactive experiences with our award-winning sports writers. Download USA Today Sports Plus from the Apple or Google Play stores today. USA Today Sports Plus. Fan Harder. Ricardo, you look like you got a lot to say.
Interesting score here, Brett. It's a final. They must have started at 5 or 6 or something like that. Clintonville over Fall River Rio, 49-0. Cade Rosenau with 7 touchdown passes.
Holy smokes.
And
wow.
Jordan Wagoner with 4 of them. So that's something I'm going to have to maybe dig in and maybe find out a little bit more about. A couple other scores. Freedom over Wrightstown, 22-0.
Oh, wow.
And that's near the end of the first half. And then also a game that I think a lot of folks around here are interested in because it involves top Division I teams. The big battle between Muskego and Mukwonago. Mukwonago, the number 1 ranked team. Muskego, obviously a premier program. 6-3. Muskego leading Mukwonago.
That's a
battle of field goals.
That might be the game of the night in the
Yes.
state, right? This one here, Neenah and Appleton North, not too far off.
We already know that Kaukauna beat up on Oshkosh North, Brett. See if I can get you some other scores here as we're. Oh, this is a kind of a big one up in the Central group, Brett. Colby leading Edgar 13-6. See if I can find some other ones, but yeah, well, we got some downtime, Brett. We can also talk about what we have in terms of our varsity offerings. By the way, we had our first edition of the R&B show that we taped that on Wednesday. We put it out yesterday, so please give that a tune, or give that a listen, I should say. You can find it on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. We talked about many things, Brett. We talked about the high school football season going into the 5th week. We talked about great volleyball teams in our area. We talked about the situation at Appleton West, where Jeremy Clifton resigned after 4 games. And we also talked, what else we talk about? Live streams, what we're doing in the near future. Also, we talked some Packers-Bears. So please check it out, R&B Show, any place you find podcasts, but iTunes preferably. Please check that out. Become a subscriber if you can. That'd be great, too. Also, Brett, we had our Varsity Roundtable show, our season premiere, Brett, with the Kimberly girls volleyball team. It was a very, very, very nice show. Macy Herman, we had Katie Schultz, we had Kyla Dunaway and Ella Rosner. Those 4 girls came on, did a great job. Really excited to where that's going to be. But, Brett, we had this coming week, Freedom Football and Freedom Girls Volleyball, a duo sports show.
So, Ricardo, I'm guessing that's, of course, 7 o'clock Wednesday nights
Yes.
on postgression.com for Varsity Roundtable. The R&B show every other week, we're kind of thinking.
Every other week.
So, yeah, look for that where you download your podcast. We had a pretty good conversation, I thought. But for the upcoming Varsity Roundtable, I'm kind of wondering, I'm imagining that the Freedom Girls Volleyball team will show up.
Yes, and then it'll be, I'm guessing.
Just the one guy for football?
No, a couple of the guys.
Okay,
and
that's
then
it.
Maybe a few other ones that come in, but you know how the girls are, Brett. They traditionally are a little more supportive of their team.
I'm just wondering how the football guys might be a little bit overwhelmed.
A little nervous. They might be a little nervous. I know one of them is
overwhelmed.
Carter Krewalt.
Oh,
they're
he's having a
They're
great
two-way
season.
player. So, yeah, and one of the girls' volleyball players for sure is Rachel Koss, one of our terrific 10 players. Fantastic. She's a good interview, great kid. We're really excited, Brett. Showcase Freedom a little bit.
Well, yeah, and what a score. That's a rivalry game between Freedom and Wrightstown.
22-0.
They go back to the old Olympian Conference days. So, yeah, Freedom definitely the real deal. Also another big one in the Northeastern Conference, the battle for the LC Trophy. Little Chute,
Yeah, I'm trying to
Luxembourg,
find that,
Casco, they're
too.
both undefeated. We're going to see Little Chute and Freedom in a couple weeks in Week 7. Battle for the county ensign. That could be a pretty big NEC game. How about the Northeastern Conference, though, to start? Were they 23-1 overall coming into tonight? Now kind of the gauntlet for as far as scheduling goes for all of those teams. They're going to start playing each other, and we'll see who ends up rising to the top of the standings. But I know Freedom ranked very high in Division 4, I want to say, Ricardo. Is it Division 4? in WisSports.net State Coaches Poll.
Yes.
And also the medium division in the Associated Press poll. Well, while you're looking for some scores, I want to plug Clubhouse Live. We're already 2 shows in. That's our weekly Packer show, Mondays at 6:30 from the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar inside the Appleton Hilton Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton. We debuted our dual co-hosts this past week, Amari Rogers and Devondre Campbell. Of course, Rogers, the Green Bay Packers return man, wide receiver. Devondre Campbell, the all-pro first-team linebacker. First inside linebacker to achieve that honor in team history since the legendary Ray Nitschke in 1966.
Wow.
So from here on out, Amari and Devondre will take turns co-hosting. And Amari starts this coming Monday as he's going to bring Packers cornerback Eric Stokes as his special guest. So you want to get to the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar. Doors open at 4 o'clock. Admission is free. First come, first seated. It is a live show. We give away some cool prizes. This past week, we gave away tickets to the Sunday night Packers-Bears game. We have more tickets to give away later on in the season, but you can win autographed photos and some other cool prizes. So check it out. I know the guys enjoy it, and we can razz Ricardo and his Chicago Bears after that Sunday night matchup coming up at Lambeau. If you can't make it to a show live, you can always watch it live. We have live stream coverage on all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites, all of our Facebook pages, including facebook.com/Packers News, also on our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. So please give that, subscribe to that channel, and give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Ricardo, that's going to be a good show. Amari Rogers and Eric Stokes.
It should be a great show. By the way, a couple more scores here, Brett. Kimberly near the end of the second quarter, they lead Appleton East 21-7.
Okay.
And now it's 22-7, Freedom over Wrightstown. Oh. That's very late in the second quarter.
So the Tigers trying to battle back in that one.
Little Shoot, Brett, you wanted a score?
Yeah.
Little Shoot leading Luxembourg Casco 14-6.
Okay,
At the half,
well, that's a big game.
Yeah, I went over there and I did a story on them. They're good. They're a bunch of good kids over there, Brett. They're really excited about this. I think they're very excited to have Luxembourg Casco be at Little Shoot.
Yeah, I didn't realize
that. After 3 consecutive seasons, Ted Evers, he was telling me, he was like, hey, it's kind of nice that, the scheduling gods kind of, showed us a little love finally, having us host the Spartans, because, Brett, the Spartans have been very good the last several years. I think they were the conference champs last year in the NEC. So good, big win for Little Shoot if they're able to continue that big, fast start that they've had to the season.
Ricardo, Luxembourg Casco losing some tremendous talent
yes,
at the graduation
they did. You're right.
This past season. But, yeah, Little Shoot. Well, you know what? You look at the Mustangs, though, Ricardo, really a very good football program. It wasn't that long ago they were in the state championship game. They've had 2 runs to the state semifinals. They've been in a perennial playoff participant in a number of years, so really not a surprise to see them up there as well. But if they can win this game, boy, that could set up they have FVL next week as well, so that's a big Week 6 game in the NEC, but could be very interesting in Week 7 for the battle for the county ensign. But first things first, we'll see which LC gets to hoist the LC trophy after tonight's game.
Brett, I'll tell you that for next week, I do a prep notes package for every week. I know it'll be the mid-season report. Where are we at? Which teams are, in the conference lead? Who are some of the top teams that we're thinking maybe have a chance at doing some great things in terms of being on all-state teams? Some top players we'll look at, some top teams, and maybe some conference races as well to kind of showcase a little bit.
Well, we are officially at the midway point of the regular season, right? Halftime of Week 5. And actually, this is our 7th game already. We did 2 games in each of the first 2 weeks, so no doubt getting back at it. It's kind of fun. This is always a fun time of year when you get Varsity Roundtable, you got Clubhouse, you got these games of the week.
It goes by quick, too. The weeks just fly by now.
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to that. Getting into that weekly grind. Looks like we got all the future Rockets taking a lap around the stadium.
Always good to see the little guys, Ed. You got to give them their love. Sure, it's a big thrill to come out here on the main football field, Brett.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be even better next year, right, when they got the turf and everything?
Yeah, they're going to be brand new turf football field at the high school. Looking forward to seeing how that. I'm going to have to learn a new route to get to Neenah High School now.
And more importantly, is there going to be a posh press box for us media focal?
I think the press box is going to be almost identical to this one.
Oh, okay.
So, and this is a very good press box setup.
With a little food spread?
Well, you can talk to John Yoke and Jim Strick and Mike Elkin all about the food spread. I know what their answer is going to be. There's food at the concession stand. Go help yourself.
Oh, come on.
And bring your money. Yeah, kind of looking at some of the games to watch that we put out there. Fox Valley Lutheran at Denmark. That's kind of an interesting game as well. Two Rivers at Kiel. How about West Appear at Pulaski, 4-0 Phantoms, 3-1 Red Raiders. You mentioned Wrightstown and Freedom. Wittenberg, Burnhamwood, and Manawa, both 3-1. How about Winnebago Lutheran at St. Mary Springs? That's tomorrow.
Yeah. Friday, 7 o'clock at Fruth Field.
Is that a night game tomorrow night?
Yes.
At Fruth? Okay. So definitely some games when you talk about Berlin and Plymouth. That's a big one.
Yep.
3-1 at 3-1 Berlin at 4-0 Plymouth. And how about Colby and Edgar, both 4-0 up in the central part of the state. So definitely some games to watch. And in a couple weeks, we're going to be starting to kind of eye playoffs. You can see on the video board they're showing the new high school and how that's going to look. Is that Coach Steve Young there giving a speech? Kind of say, hey, we want you out here at the high school. Just west of town a little ways. I guess, Ricardo, if you're Steve Young and if you're Rob Salm, the respective coaches right at Neenah and Appleton North, what do you say? I mean, it was a slugfest there in the first half. Both teams running the ball, hard yards, and both teams playing fast defense.
There are some things I think for both teams to really kind of hang their hat on. I think that Neenah stop on fourth down, that was really big because that's kind of the difference in the game right now because I think Appleton North would be up by a touchdown right now, Brett. But great defensive play by both teams. Now it's a matter of, Brett, let's be honest. These games, they come down to what, 2 or 3 key plays?
No doubt.
And who doesn't turn the ball over?
I was going to say, who makes the critical mistake, right? If you're the Rockets, how do you get Jace Jenkins going? You got to give him the ball.
That's the $1 million question.
He's one of the state's top running backs, and
you got to get him the ball.
What a defensive effort to just. What does he have?
Hold on. I have 8 carries, 18 yards.
8 carries, 18 yards. Remember, he was coming into tonight. The state's ranked 3rd in the state in rushing, all divisions.
That shows you the strength of the Appleton North defense.
Halftime just about ready to wind down. Gives me a chance to run down the first half scoring. Not much to talk about. Neenah struck first. 32-yard touchdown pass from Evan Van Evenhoven to Luke Keller. That was a 32-yard hookup. Came with 1:37 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Rockets. And then on the Lightning's next possession, nice methodical march down the field. Got the ball near midfield. Ends on the 1-yard touchdown run by quarterback Luke Kreitzer. We'll call it a touchdown plunge, right? Diving into the end zone. That was with 8:51 remaining in the second quarter, and that is where we are at. 7-7 tie as we get ready for second half action here at Rocket Stadium. There it is on our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard.
We are seconds away from the start of the second half. Again, Neenah will get the ball. Wow, Appleton East put up another touchdown, Brett. 21-13. Those Patriots are improving,
They're
Brett.
getting better, aren't they? They're having a little bit of a renaissance this year.
I might add, I remember Coach Kromenacker telling me that they really like, their JV and their freshmen. Their freshman team went 5-0, or is 5-0 right now. They just had a win over Kimberly yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I think a lot of the the young Rebels is their youth program really paying dividends now. You're starting to see that maybe – we talked about this on the podcast. You can't do it overnight. It takes steps. You build it brick by brick.
Exactly. You have to have patience, right? Especially in a league like this. It takes a while. Neenah kicking off Ricardo to start the second half. Appleton North will open with the ball. Trent Mullen, number 21, back to receive the kick. Should be an interesting, very interesting 24 minutes here coming up.
Brett, I was completely in error. It is Appleton North that will start with the ball.
It's okay. It's okay. Just don't lean on the counter here.
I'm trying not to.
Our viewers want to see the clock. And that clock will start running here on this kickoff. That's Robinson with the finally just now wrestled down. You look at Jack Robinson, 5'10", 184-pound junior running back, doing some good things there on the kickoff return. There's a big drive here to start the second half for both sides, that Appleton North offense, that Neenah defense. Ball will be at the 25-yard line to start for Appleton North. Can the Lightning resume what it had been doing, getting that running game going? Can the Neenah defense get off quickly and get their offense back on the field? Handoff right now to Robinson. Big hole on that far side, first down. Talk about finding a seam and hitting it fast. Good start for the Lightning. Past the 35, they'll mark it at the 37-yard line. And fumble, and the Rockets are going to scoop it up.
Oh, boy.
Rockets are going to scoop it up. And that's going to be a touchdown on the fumble recovery. That's number 47 for the Rockets, Kyle Schultz.
33 yards, Brett.
33-yard scoop and score for the Rockets. And that's what you were talking about, Ricardo, as we were getting ready for the second half. Who was going to make the mistake? And the Rockets picking up the loose ball, and that's Kyle Schultz with the score.
Brett, who's doing the kicking for Neenah? Is that 10? Is that Van Evenhoven?
That's number 18.
Oh, okay.
Leon Wasco?
Oh, he's not on my... Oh, that's right, over here. I got to look at this. Liam Wasco.
And that's good. Didn't know if that ball got knocked out or you just kind of lost the handle.
Brett, who had the carry? Did you remember seeing?
Oh, that was Kyle Schultz, number 47.
Okay.
The senior defensive lineman.
Oh, no. I meant who
well, I think that was Robinson. I thought
okay.
that was Robinson.
All right.
So not even a minute into this second half. Schultz with the 33-yard fumble recovery for a score, and now we'll see how the Lightning can respond to that. Boy, when Schultz scooped it up, there was nobody around.
All green.
Good hands to pick it up because there's a lot of momentum. You're seeing all green. You're seeing touchdown. Sometimes you might overrun the ball, right, or get tripped up on your own feet. But well done by Schultz to just cleanly scoop that ball up. And then he was off to the races. 33 yards later. 14-7 now the Rockets with the lead as we look at our Cellcom Coonies embroidery and sportswear scoreboard. And there's Robinson now again on the kickoff return, looking for some room. And another good return past the 35-yard line. Dangerous return man is Jack Robinson, so ball will be at the 36-yard line. Send us a tweet if you're on Twitter and you're hanging out in your college dorm room or college house, college apartment. anywhere.
We'll send you a shout out.
For some alumni out there. Where are you watching the big game tonight? At PC Bretzi, at Ricardo DeLeon, as Kreitzer. Oh, dropped by Borland. Not sure that was going to go anywhere anyway. So 2nd and 10. It's always fun to see where the graduates are hanging out. If they are watching the game, you better be. You better be studying,
You
too.
still got love for your team.
Yes, you better be studying on a Friday night.
2nd and 10 from the 36, Brett. Boy, now North's under the gun just a little bit.
Right. Let's see how they respond. They responded well after that Neenah touchdown in the first half. As Robbins, whoa. Not much there. Was that Darius Jones Jr., number 91, one of the first ones there. Maybe that might have been number 15, Luke Young, in on there. A bunch of red jerseys, forcing a 3rd and 9 now. Big play coming up for the Lightning, Ricardo.
Yeah, 15 carries for 71 yards for Robinson, but that critical fumble
running hard,
kind of tainting that total.
Kreitzer got time, slings it, wide open is Pop. And he's got the first down, and he found his favorite target. That's a big 3rd down play for the Lightning.
When in doubt, go to Pop.
Liked Kreitzer's he was calm, taking the snap, and just really delivered. Stepped into it, nice throw, dart to Pop. 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. Very decisive throw.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line, near midfield.
Look, Rosie's about ready to elbow me here. I've been bumping into him all night long. That's okay.
No need for North to panic, Brett. Just do your thing. You've been really running the ball well. Just continue to be that ground-based offense.
And there's Robinson, big hole left side. Nice tackle by number 24, Trevor McGinnis, the senior outside linebacker. Mentioned this in a couple of our streams now about the job Appleton North head coach Rob Salm has done with this group year in and year out. Really dating back to the days when he was an assistant under Paul Engen, who's in the Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame, on the sideline again as an assistant coach here. Robinson looking for some running room. Not much there. 3rd down coming up. One of the top-tier programs in the state in Division I. Lightning, Ricardo, they qualified for postseason play every season since 04, not counting. We don't count 2020.
No. That year never happened, though we did see one of the best teams we've ever seen with Fond du Lac.
That was something else, wasn't it? Yeah, and that last year, that Lightning getting to the state semifinals against Franklin. Franklin, of course, going on to win the state championship game. Big 3rd down here. Kreitzer going to throw. That's Robinson. Good catch. And I think he's got the first down, though. Nice safe throw in the flat. And just doing what they do, Ricardo, just moving the chains.
Well, they needed 4, and they got 6, Brett, on that pass play.
Ball at the 40. 1st and 10.
Again, Brett, this is a nice drive. Started back at the 36.
A couple big 3rd down pickups, too, on this drive. As Appleton North kind of reshuffling the lineup here, getting the personnel in they want on this play. 1st and 10 at the 40. Kreitzer waiting for the snap. And that's a handoff right up the gut. Number 34 with the carry. That's Jeremy Nelson, the senior running back. Now you've seen that offensive line getting a nice push, about 5 yards on that pickup, maybe 6. Nelson going to take it again. Young is in on that tackle.
That's a
Trevor
first down.
McGinnis, yep. And that's all they needed to do, right? Get to the 30, move the chains, fresh set of downs, ball at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. So kind of what we saw in the first when Neenah scored its first touchdown. Appleton North responded with a touchdown march of its own. Here we go again. Fumble recovery for a score. Neenah takes the lead. As you said, Ricardo, don't need to abandon the game plan. There's tons of time left and relying on that run game, but a little bit of a nice mix with some of the Kreitzer passing as well. Oh, wow.
How did he break that?
I don't know, but
that's Jones who had the tackle.
Ricardo,
Brett.
I could hear the tackle or the hit from up here. A lot of spin moves from Robinson and now Nelson tonight, getting extra yards off of that initial contact.
By the way, Brett, talk about spinning. I just, you can call me the exterminator. I think I just took care of a wasp over here.
Well, thank you, because
or a hornet.
if I got stung by one of those, I would have to say see you later.
But
And to a nearby clinic or something.
Need an EpiPen is what you're saying,
Yeah,
maybe?
I should probably bring one, shouldn't I? Second down, and where are they marking it at? The 26-yard line. Second and what, 6? Watch for Borland here, number 18, as Kreitzer looking for something
Plenty of
downfield.
time.
He's on the run, and watch out! Intercepted! It was tipped on the pass attempt and intercepted by number 9, Aiden Carey, the inside linebacker. Didn't see who tipped the ball, Ricardo, but once that happens, you're holding your breath if you're the offensive side of the ball, right? And you're the quarterback, because that ball just hangs up there, and Carey with the interception, number 9.
Well, another great play by the Neenah defense. We've seen it. This is the second time tonight, Brett, that they've done that.
Ricardo, 2 offensive possessions this quarter for Appleton North, and 2 turnovers. The fumble that was scooped up by Schultz for the touchdown, and now Carey with the interception, 1st and 10 at about the 32-yard line. As Van Evenhoven now looking for some running room. Just not a lot there. That North defense, boy, they close things up fast. I think that was number 53, Brock Arndt, the junior linebacker, wrapping up Van Evenhoven. Ball at the 35-yard line, about a 3-yard gain.
Brett, this is the first time we've seen the Neenah offense this quarter.
Yeah.
Second down and 7 from the 35 for the Rockets. Again, when will Jenkins get going? That's the big question mark right now. He's kind of the heart of that offense.
Van Evenhoven. Oh, he just kind of ducks under. Good job, though, by the Lightning, Ricardo. They're holding. They're staying in their gaps. They're not getting fooled. They're just sound, assignment sound, and staying where they have to go. And there's just not a lot of running room for this Rockets offense to do much right now. Can't get outside too much.
Yeah, you explained it perfectly, Brett. It's been a little bit of a struggle. We saw early on that Van Evenhoven was able to find some yards in the big chunk plays in the passing game. We'll see if that returns here, 3rd and 4 from their own 38.
Big play here, both sides, and I think we're going to get a Neenah timeout.
Yes.
So the Rockets, they didn't like something they saw, so Coach Steve Young burning a timeout. Gives me a chance to kind of point out 2 guys here at Neenah High School. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Neenah assistant coach Steve Jorgensen. He's going to be inducted into the UW Oshkosh Athletic Hall of Fame on October 2nd. Jorgensen, Jorgie as everybody calls him, right? He started at defensive end for the Titans from 1980 to 83, led the league in tackles during his senior season. Ricardo, check out his stat line as a senior. 119 tackles, 11 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 blocked kick.
Woo.
That was good enough for first-team all-conference honors. Of course, Jorgensen then a successful legendary high school coaching career, leading Oshkosh North to a state championship in Division I and Kimberly to a pair of Division II state titles. Really got that Papermakers program off the ground and running. Now he's here as an assistant coach and doing some really good stuff here for the Rockets. So congratulations to Jorgie on his upcoming induction into the UW Oshkosh Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
Watch out. Van Evenhoven looking for something. I didn't see who got in there first. Was that number 55 who just shot the gap there on that? Is that Frantel again?
And, Brett, I'll tell you that that was nice by Van Evenhoven just to get out of that.
Wow.
That would have been a sack, but he had Jenkins open in the flat, not able to get to him because of that great North pressure. By the way, Brett, S.C. Lee, he's saying go Rockets from San Antonio, Texas. Steve Young for governor.
There you go. And how about Frantel, the linebacker, blitzing on that play, knowing that there's passing down coming up and forcing the 4th down. And a good punt there, high punt. Brock Salm going to fair catch it at the 30-yard line. And a chance for the Lightning again offensively. Also want to congratulate Neenah boys basketball coach Lee Rubbis. He was just named Wisconsin's recipient of the National Federation of State High School Association's Boys Basketball Coach of the Year Award. course, Rubbas guiding the Rockets to the Division I state championship this past season. 29-1 overall record. Those 29 wins, that matched the 2010 Randolph team for the most in a single season in state history. Check out his Rockets record, Lee Rubbas, 133-46 in his 7 seasons at Neenah. 75-6 over the past 3 seasons. That's the most successful 3-season run in Neenah boys basketball history.
Now, is he part of the chain gang as well here?
Well, I have to check that out and see if he's across the way. As Kreitzer hands off to Robinson, not much there. I want to finish that thought, though. So 75-6 over the past 3 seasons. The Rockets have won 82 of their last 89 games under Lee Rubbas.
Is that good?
He's just one of 3 coaches to win state boys basketball titles here at Neenah. Of course, the other 2 are Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Famers Ole Jorgensen and Ron Einerson. So
Ron Einerson.
Congratulations to Lee Rubbas on that honor.
Talk about history, what Neenah has here. It's just incredible.
Oh, incredible history is right. 2nd down and 8 to go. Kreitzer thinking about the little option pitch to Robinson, but wow.
Nothing there.
Darius Jones Jr., number 91, but how about 82 coming in there flying? That's Connor Briones, again, the outside linebacker, just a junior.
Loss of a yard, Brett. 19 carries, 78 yards. Hard-earned yards for Robinson. Brings up a 3rd and long, Brett, and this is where Neenah wants them. Now, North has done a good job on a few occasions of converting these long 3rd downs.
I don't see Lee Rubbas over there, Ricardo, tonight. So, yeah, 3rd down, big play for both sides again as Kreitzer, fake handoff. He's on the run and fires over this. Oh, there's Borland, 1st down. Beautiful throw from Kreitzer to Borland, and Borland has just been an offensive weapon in that passing game tonight. That's tough. He's a left-handed quarterback, Ricardo, going to his right and delivers a dart to Borland for the big 1st down.
And Borland ran a good route. He found himself open a little bit. That was a slow-developing route because of he has to go all the way across the field, Brett. And I thought Kreitzer did a fantastic job of staying calm. And, again, that weird angle because he's left-handed, able to complete that pass. Borland, though, did a good job of getting free.
Handoff, Robinson looking for a few yards there. 2nd down around midfield. 3-yard gain for Robinson. Ball now at the Neenah 49-yard line. Clock running, 2:25 and counting. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Lightning. 14-7, Rockets with the lead. The only score this quarter was the fumble recovery for a touchdown. Going deep. He's got pop. And he caught. No, he didn't catch it, but there is a flag on the play. And I think they're going to get PI, defensive PI here, Ricardo. You can hear some Rockets fans in front of us not agreeing with the flag. Let's see what they call. And it is defensive pass interference. And the fans here in front of us not happy. So 1st down now for the Lightning. Hey, I like that shot play, right? You go to your top receiver, and we see that a lot at all levels of football. You maybe try to get a pass interference call and fresh set of downs. Of course, in the NFL and was college too, right? Spot foul. So ball at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lightning.
McWanna go up now 10-6 over Muskego.
And Kreitzer going to keep it. And Darius Jones Jr. was the one who kind of held on, tripped him up. 2nd down. Boy, a heck of a battle here. 2 really good teams, Ricardo, going at it.
It's a defensive slugfest.
2 good defenses, yep. Yards are very difficult to come by. Second down. And 8, ball at the 32-yard line for the Lightning. Seems like they've had the ball forever this quarter. Robinson. There's Darius Jones Jr. Number 9 also in on that one. Aiden Carey again. Carey with the interception earlier this quarter. And 3rd and 6. Ball at the 30-yard line. Boy, big crowd here. I can see you down by the concession stand. Boy, there's a huge standing room only crowd down there. As Kreitzer again looking for somebody downfield, and that was for Hammes, just a little high. Good coverage. I was watching kind of the back end there. There wasn't a whole lot of space for Kreitzer to work. And that might have been one of those cases where, he did have Hammes. It would have been a heck of a grab, but that was a tough throw, but did the right thing there just to make sure that no turnover. Now what do you do here on 4th down, ball at the 30? As Kreitzer's going out of bounds. Pop going to try a field goal. He's got a big leg.
He does. I see him out there.
He is. He's number 19, getting ready.
So he's putting it down right at the 37, I think?
37, so 47-yarder coming up for Caden Pop.
This is asking a lot for a high school kicker, Brett.
Well, he's got a big leg, though.
He does.
So we'll see. 47-yard attempt for Pop. Snap. Whoa, watch out. There was kind of a fumbled snap. Pop, and it's good. He hit it. 47 yards. Ricardo, the snap was a little bit of a low snap bobble, but credit the holder for getting it up there fast, and Pop nails it from 47 yards out. Wow.
I was saying that's hard for, that's a tough kick for any kicker in any level. And Pop, even with the botched snap a little bit, able to put it right through.
I thought once I saw the kind of the little bit of a muff on kind of how that part of the operation was going, I thought there was no chance that he would kick it through, but he does. So with 44.5 seconds to play, a big field goal by Appleton North. 14-10, Rockets with the lead as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. What a game. What a game. What a kick that was. You're right. You think about like in the NFL, that's no sure thing when those guys come out for a 47-yarder.
Yeah, anytime it's from that distance. Not just that, you gotta kick the ball a little bit different, which kind of leads us up maybe to sometimes to a block.
You got to usually kick it at a lower trajectory. Yeah. Well, Pop, he's got to have maybe a future as a kicker at the next level, huh? Good receiver.
He's got me convinced.
I mean, look at this. Every kickoff, back of the end zone.
Brett, I want to see something from this Neenah offense. They've only had, 3 offensive plays in this entire half.
Well, one, obviously, because of the scoop and score, right, from Schultz, 33-yard fumble recovery. So get that defense back out there. 3 offensive possessions, though, this quarter for Appleton North. 2 ending in turnovers. Now the last one we saw, the 47-yard field goal by Pop. So 1st and 10, Rockets at the 40-yard line. Let's see if Neenah can get Jenkins going. Is looking for some tough yards. There's just not a lot there. That Neenah Lightning defense, as we kind of saw last week against the Papermakers as well. They just don't give up too much. And wondering if that's going to be the final play of the quarter. I would think that if you're the Rockies, you just want to run this out. Don't you get to the 4th quarter? No, they're going to get to the line. 2nd down, ball at the 24-yard line. Once again, showing that I have no business even trying to be a coach. As Van Evenhoven.
Nice
toss. And that's a 1st down toss to Jackson Schloman, who had that beautiful fingertip catch. No, Lightning think they've got it, but I think the referees are saying he was down. I can see Rob saw him there pleading his case across the way. They thought it was a fumble.
They did. 9-yard gain, 1st down and 10 from the 33.
Yeah, and that 9-yard gain is how that 3rd quarter will come to a close. So 12 minutes to go as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery Sportswear scoreboard. Rockets up 4, 14-10. Should be a whale of a final quarter here at Rocket Stadium in this Week 5 matchup in our Varsity Game of the Week live stream. Again, next Friday night, we're going to be at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium as Kaukauna hosts Fond du Lac, 2 really prolific quarterbacks, and Steven Schreider for Fond du Lac, Finley Dorio for Kaukauna. That should be, we might get out of there by about 11:30.
Yeah.
With the passing offense there. 6:45, we'll go live at Kaukauna for the Ghosts and Cardinals. And again, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Don't forget about that great deal we've got going on, digital subscription to the Post Crescent, all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. 6 months, $1. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. That's how you get unlimited access to Ricardo's premium content when it comes to high school sports. That will take you all the way through the winter season as well. So please, postcrescent.com/subscribe. 1st and 10 for the Rockets as Van Evenhoven. He keeps it looking downfield. Nice throw to Keller with the catch. Ricardo going to the air. Can't get the running game going, but Van Evenhoven with 2 nice throws. Schloman to end the 3rd quarter, and now Keller to begin the 4th. 1st down.
Yeah, with so much attention by Appleton North on that run game, that does leave open some of those throws on the rollout.
So ball at the Neenah 49-yard line.
So that's another big play by Keller, Brad. He had the touchdown earlier.
Let's see if that loosens up that Appleton North defense and can get Jace Jenkins going a little bit as Van Evenhoven spins his way. 2-yard pickup for Van Evenhoven, Ricardo.
Now, they ran some stuff here, a little bit as a decoy. I'd like to see more Jenkins stuff, maybe hitting the perimeter a little bit more.
Even in the passing game, right? Get him out, get him in space. He's such a talented athlete.
2nd down and 8, just past the 50-yard marker. We're into Appleton North territory. That's where the Rockets are with a 14-10 lead. Brett, this is turning out to be a great game.
Beautiful game. Glad we're here. Van Evenhoven, good blocking up front. Van Evenhoven trying to get around the corner. Can't do it. Did you see that closing speed by number 52, Ben Isom, one of those great linebackers over at Appleton North? Boy, he came flying down the field and chased down Van Evenhoven, trying to get around that edge. Nothing was there in the pass. And Isom said, nope, you're going down.
There you see great play by Appleton North on all 3 levels, Brad. That's what you need to have.
We'll talk about a big play coming up here for this Rockets offense and this Appleton North defense. 3rd and 10 at the 49-yard line. As Van Evenhoven waiting for it. He's got it. Going to sling it over. Getting it to number 2, who makes it. That is
1st down.
Yeah, that's Jace Jenkins, Ricardo. We were just talking about that. Give your ball to your playmakers. Make him make something happen. And he did. He gets it in the flat. You see kind of the Jets turn as he goes around the outside and just gets enough for the 1st down. Wow.
You talked about it. He's the playmaker. Get it into his hands no matter how you need it. And then I see Grant Dean coming in. That's another guy that they can maybe use on jet sweeps, things of that nature, Brett. A lot of speed out there on the perimeter for Neenah.
What a huge 3rd down, though, as the Rockets now, as the clock under 10 minutes, can possess the ball. Up by 4. Is Van Evenhoven? Nope, nothing. Wow, he gets out of that spin move. Is he going to get something out of this? Somehow he gets about 5 yards. He looked like he was down. That was, I think, number 66, Cal Hansen, the defensive lineman. Looked like he had a sack.
Oh, wow.
And ball at the 38-yard line, so about a 3-yard pickup, but that's, if you're a Neenah fan, a lot better than about a 6-7-yard loss.
He ran 25 to get those 3, Brett.
Oh,
but what? Talk about the slipperiness of Van Evenhoven. Again, Brett, this kid's young.
All these spin moves tonight, both sides.
I mean, really, just a sophomore, this kid, going against that vaunted North defense, Brett. He's really doing a great job. 2nd down and 7 for the Rockets. Turn what would have been, a 2nd and long into a 2nd and manageable right now.
Van Evenhoven waiting. Jenkins, watch out, boy. Again in trouble, going deep downfield, looking for Dean. Just missed it. Dean was there, but a good coverage by number 20, Carson Bush, the senior defensive back, was there.
Oh,
close.
Van Evenhoven doing a great job again of escaping pressure. And, Grant Dean, we talked about that speed, Brett, and he was in there. They sent him on that deep route.
Sticky coverage, though, by Bush.
Yes.
Was not going to let Dean get away and made it a tougher throw. Another big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and, 7?
Do you think this is 4-down territory at this point? I think it has to be.
I'm not sure. I would I would make that Appleton North offense go a long ways. Of course, the running game has been pretty steady today as Van Evenhoven, nothing doing there, looking for some room. And now I think you got to go for it. You're inside the 35, down to about the 34, 33.
They might call it 33.
Fourth and what, 2? Stone Hulke with the tackle.
He's on my all-name team.
See if you can get, what do you do here? Get Van Evenhoven out, moving that pocket a little bit on the run. Getting him on the run.
It's a good question, Brett.
I wonder if they'll try maybe just a little easy toss, but let's see it with
it in Jenkins' hands.
Look at the North defense, how they're all playing up. Whoa, low snap. Van Evenhoven trying to find something, and he's going to be brought down. Nothing there for for Neenah. And how about number 99, Harry Grutza, the defensive lineman, getting in there. They were ready. They were ready to bring the pressure, and Van Evenhoven didn't have much time to do anything. Ball at the 40.
Play.
That's a huge play. And now Ricardo makes that field goal, that 47-yarder by Pop, that much more important. Appleton North now with the ball, 8:32 to play, and a chance to pull ahead. Kreitzer fakes to Robinson, wide open. That's Pop. No, that's number 10, Owen Hager, first down.
Hey, first time we've mentioned Hager's name.
He's a good receiver, too. Ball will be at the 40, 41.
Yes, 19-yard gain. Big gain for Hager.
Big gain, or big play, big drive here for this Appleton North offense. Kreitzer looking to his
going
right.
To Pop.
He's looking for Pop. Rainbow's one, and just a little. I don't know if they just kind of his feet got caught up a little bit, but
he looked back, I think, just a bit too soon. That slowed him down just a second, Brett.
Yeah.
That was there. That play was there. You saw that happening throughout that whole route.
Well, look for that again maybe a little bit later this drive or this game, but a little over-the-shoulder catch is very difficult. But a nice rainbow throw by Kreitzer, 2nd and 10, ball at the 41-yard line. Kreitzer hands off to fumble again.
I think he was able to get onto it, though.
Wow. Definitely something going on there in that exchange. So they'll say no gain, 3rd and 10. Spot of the fumbles where they'll mark it.
Mm-hmm.
Big play here now, 3rd and 10. 7:37 to go. Clock running as we look at our Cellcom Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. 14-10 Rockets lead. Let's see what Kreitzer wants to do. He's going to roll to his right. He's got time. Wide open is Borland.
Oh, my goodness.
It was there.
Brett, you said it correctly. It was there. Now, what do you do here?
I think you punt, don't you? I think you rely on your defense. The defense has been playing tough all night long. That's a good matchup. Borland going against Darius Jones Jr., right? Darius Jones trailing Borland. But it was there.
If I talked to Jerry after the game, or Damian, I should say, he would say I should have had that. That was in my hands.
Good job by that front for Appleton North in giving Kreitzer plenty of time. So Dean back again for this punt. High punt. And a good one. That's going to be inside the 10. Yeah, look at that bounce. It's going to be about the 7-yard line. Beautiful punt for Appleton North. And if you're Rob Som, you say, I'm trusting my defense. It's been sturdy all game. Only have allowed one offensive touchdown. Have shut down that Rockets running game. And with plenty of time left, you putting on your defense to say, let's get off the field and give ourselves really good field position on top of that.
7:12 left here in the game. Important offensive drive, Brett.
Ball will be actually at the 8-yard line for the Rockets as they start this drive. As Van Evenhoven, you trying to use it, but again, setting that edge, just not a lot there. That's number 52, Ben Isom again.
Yeah, but he made a great spin move there, Brett. Got it out to the 14.
But you can tell he wants to bounce it outside, but Isom is there saying, nope, I'm going to funnel you back inside, and I'm going to make sure that I got a whole bunch of teammates there to help me out, bring you down. Second and down, though. But that was a good pickup there on first down for Van Evenhoven, 6-yard gain. Ball at the 14-yard line. Jenkins with it. There's a hole on the left side.
Look
on
out.
his feet. Watch out. Watch out. Good tackle. Boy, that's Psalm coming in, Ricardo, because Jenkins had a lot more to go. Psalm coming in from that safety spot makes a nice tackle. One of the captains for Appleton North, but it might have been Jenkins' best run of the night.
It was.
Ball at the 29-yard line. I thought he had definitely some more to go.
10 carries, 37 yards for Jenkins, Brett.
Heck of a tackle.
But it gets them out of the din of their own end zone.
Jenkins again. Oh, big hit. There's number 53, Brock Arndt. Now we're seeing those linebackers, right? That's the thing about that Appleton North defense. When they make contact, they're not letting go. Good tackling team.
They take pride in that. And I was talking to Brock Arndt about that a few weeks ago, that they really take pride. They think of themselves as maybe the top unit in the state in terms of linebackers.
Yeah, they're right up there if they're not number one.
We think about they're fast. Some of them have pass rushing abilities. Obviously, Hulke, one of their top pass rushers, in Sackman.
Second down, ball at the Neenah 33-yard line as Van Evenhoven waits for this. He's going to be out on the run, looking to pass. Fires over. Oh, nope. That was intended for Jackson Schloman. Sets up this 3rd and 6. A big play coming up here at the 33-yard line. Heck of a battle. Heck of a battle here in Week 5.
And the clock right now isn't on the side of Appleton North, Brett. It's a key 3rd down situation here for that defense.
Well, here we go. Van Evenhoven motioning Dean back to the left side of the formation. Whoa. Van Evenhoven thinking about pitching it to Dean. Nice little option, and Dean gets it.
Boy, he waited to the final second to do that.
He did, and it was a perfect spot-on option pitch for Dean. Gutsy call and a gutsy pitch. You got to trust that everything's going to be timed perfectly, and Dean gets the first down, a huge first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
And that is just something North's defense did not need, Brett. Now you're talking about 3 more downs for Neenah to kind of whittle away at that time that's remaining. We're under 5 minutes now in the 4th quarter.
Ricardo, you said it. He waited to the last second. Sometimes you see on those options that the quarterback gives it up too soon and allows that defense to really fly. But the defense really had to commit to Van Evenhoven, and he waited to the last second. Jenkins now some running room up the middle, about a 5-yard pickup, ball to 45, 44-yard line, I think the sideline official is saying. Yep, they're going to say the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5 as the clock under 4:30 to play.
12 carries, 46 yards for Jenkins. And Brett, these are hard-earned yards. Now, these 5-6-yard gains, that's equivalent to some of the 20-yard gains he's been getting against some of these teams that have been struggling all year. These really mean a lot, because if they can continue this drive and take time off that clock, that increases their chances to win, Brett. Right now it's looking good for Neenah.
Handoff to Jenkins and dives forward. He's about a 2-yard shy. Ricardo, you said it, though, before. This drive started at their own 8-yard line.
It did.
At the very least, if you're a Neenah fan, field position has been flipped. That Appleton North defense, if they could have got off the field quickly, they would have had ball probably in Neenah territory. Now, if the Lightning can get a stop here, Darius Jones Jr. has a nice punting leg and force that Appleton North offense to go a long way. But you know that Steve Young, Van Evenhoven, Jenkins, Dean, those guys up front, they want these 2 yards and keep this clock running. And there goes Van Evenhoven looking to get around. It's going to be tough, and too fast is that Appleton North defense, Ricardo. They are so fast. And no gain on that run by Van Evenhoven. It's going to be a timeout, Appleton North. Yeah, they have to conserve some time. And Neenah's going to have to punt.
Yeah, great defense right there, Brett. You talked about, and we talked about the speed of those linebackers, but disciplined. They're disciplined to not allow any cutback lanes as well for Van Evenhoven. So right now, the Rockets, we talked about the great defense that they have. Now it's on their great defense as playmakers in all 3 levels to slow down and stop this Appleton North offense.
Okay, they're going to give, looks like Van Evenhoven maybe a 1-yard, 4th and 1 at the 49-yard line. What do you do? Do you go for it?
Oh, no way. And I'm usually not conservative, Brett.
Boy, you got a Jace Jenkins they're going to get the punt team out. They were talking about it.
Yeah.
They were talking about it.
I mean, if it doesn't work, you're setting up a very fortuitous situation for Appleton North.
No, I think this is the right call, too. You let Darius Jones Jr. Get a big punt off. Don't kick it to Brock Salm, right, directly, kind of angle it.
Not just that. Let's make sure that this gets off the punt.
Well, the offense is out there, Ricardo.
Whoa.
Van Evenhoven, Jenkins, they're out there. Now are they going to try to draw Appleton North offside? Boy, this is a big call. 4th down and 1 at the 49-yard line. Van
They
Evenhoven.
did, just right there.
Did they flinch? They got it.
And it was Hulky.
Unbelievable. I didn't see who flinched.
I think it was Hulky.
Oh, my. They got the 5 yards on the offsides call. 1st down and 10. That is a huge penalty. It's just, Ricardo, though, the ball where it was kind of a short one even. It wasn't like the full one. And you know that they're trying. Are they trying to run it?
That's a tough situation to put those linemen in.
Yes, I agree. So handoff, Jenkins now, and now you get to possess the ball. And it looks like Appleton North is going to burn another timeout, try to save some time on the clock. But yeah, I mean, it's at a position of the field, and you got the guys up front. You got Jenkins, you got Van Evenhoven who can make you pay. Where you got to honor it. And I thought Van Evenhoven did a pretty good job of clapping his hands, selling it, and just getting that flinch in the 5 yards.
Boy, he's not a sophomore anymore, is he? Boy, oh boy. Growing
Ball.
right before our eyes.
Ball at the 34-yard line, 2nd and 8 coming up. Big-time penalty there. So we were mixed up. I thought the punt unit was on the sideline. I thought they were calling for the punt team to come out as they were talking things over, but no, it was the other way around. They said, no, let's get our offense out. And got the free 5 yards.
Bro, we talked about how big mistakes would be coming into the second half with the game this close. We saw the fumble that led to the Neenah touchdown. That's been the difference in this game. Now we see a offsides penalty on the North defense on a 4th and 1 situation that may right now set Neenah up for the victory, Brett. Those are critical errors that I'm sure Rob Salm's going to talk about this week in correcting.
Well, it's not done yet, so we'll see. 2nd down. Handoff. Whoa, Van Evenhoven, little option pitch to Dean again. One-hands it. Watch out. Dean's got the speed on the far sideline. He is finally tripped up. Ricardo, I think he one-armed that one-handed that option pitch.
Risky.
Oh, boy, was it ever.
But when it works, whoa, boy. And you saw, again, we talked before the game, Dean has a lot of speed. They love what this kid can bring to the offense on those long sweeps, the jet sweeps, the pitches. He does he's able to really hurt a defense with that foot speed, Brett.
I think, did North burn its final timeout, or is what's going on here? But ball's inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Boy, that's got to be just demoralizing for the North defense.
Dean must have gone out of bounds there, right?
I mean, 3:01 left.
What are we doing here? Showing kind of I don't think we've seen that out of the Neenah offense in the first 2 games. Did we see that option play to Dean?
Not that I've seen.
I can't recall. Is this a little bit of a new wrinkle and another weapon to
Why
add?
not?
And Ricardo, so much pressure is put on this defense, or these defenses, by Van Evenhoven and now Jenkins, who's running the ball, trying to get forward inside the 10. So now you can add a guy like Dean on that option pitch, and Van Evenhoven with 2 really nice option pitches here on this drive. So inside the 10 at the 9, 2nd and 5.
I got 15 carries for 56 yards for Jenkins, Brett. He's had a nice second half after Appleton North really bottled him up in that first half.
Still time, though, Ricardo. If this North defense can bend but don't break here. See if they can force the Rockets into a field goal situation. Van Evenhoven waiting here. Ball to 9. He's going to keep it up the middle. Finally brought down. Good tackle by number 53, Brock Arndt again. And it is a first down, first and goal, ball at the 4. And I think the Neenah folks in front of us starting to feel it here a little bit. Ricardo, this drive started at the Neenah 8.
What can you say? This is exactly what the Rockets needed.
What against a fantastic defense as well. First and goal at the 4 is Van Evenhoven. And Jenkins has it, looking for some space. Maybe a yard. Second down and goal at the 3. Can't say it enough. Whether it's a football game, volleyball game, boys or girls basketball, just how we're treated as such great games, it seems like, when we do these Varsity Game of the Week live streams. So such incredible talent here in the Fox Valley and the Appleton area.
Couldn't agree with you more, Brett.
Second down and goal to go at the 3-yard line for the Rockets, and no big hurry up for Jenkins, and he is in from 3 yards out. Wow, what a drive for Neenah. 92-yard touchdown drive ends with Jace Jenkins' 3-yard score. And the PAT is good. And with 1:07 remaining in this game, Neenah on top 21-10 as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Jenkins' first touchdown run of the game. And that caps, I don't know how many plays that was, but that was a
15 plays.
15-play, 92-yard drive.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't think that was possible. That is a feat against that defense. 11-point lead for the Rockets. As you can see, the Rockets players, some of them hugging, slamming helmets. They're starting to celebrate here on this Week 5 at Rocket Stadium. And we'll see how this game comes to a close.
You got to get it. You got to get it.
Yeah, Robinson fell on it, and he's down. But right now, Ricardo, I can tell everybody we are on tap to stream the Week 8 game between Neenah and Kimberly at Papermaker Stadium. So in a few more weeks, next week is Fond du Lac at Kaukauna. Week 7 will be Little Chute Freedom at Fitzpatrick Field. We get to check out the turf, big NEC game. And then Week 8, we see these Rockets again at Kimberly. The way it's looking now, assuming Kimberly's going to take down Appleton East, Ricardo, that could be for the FVA championship.
Very much so.
I mean, you got to be impressed by that drive. To go 92 yards and
Kreitzer trips.
Yep.
Well, Brett, I guess what I'm saying. I didn't expect that to happen, because just of the way they've been struggling basically all game against Appleton North.
And Kreitzer. It's looking like Neenah's going to hold on, Ricardo, but I'm telling you what, I think this Appleton North team come playoff time.
They're taking some tough losses right now, but these are things they can learn from.
They are not. They're a team you're not going to want to see in your bracket. Let's just with that way that defense, they've got weapons. Robinson was running hard. Kreitzer made some beautiful throws tonight. Big offensive line. I just think this team come playoff time is going to be a tough out. Kreitzer looking, tough throw, good catch. And I think that was, they're going to say incomplete, or is that a fumble? They're going to say, no, they're going to say incomplete. He took a shot there. And now 4th down coming up. 4th and 13 with 36 seconds to go. Again, folks, subscribe. 6 months for $1. That way you'll see some of the comments from both sides, both coaching staffs, players. Later on postcrescent.com, courtesy of Ricardo Arguello. That is premium subscriber-only content. That's the only way you're going to be able to read it. So get a subscription now, as this football season is really becoming very interesting here in the Fox Valley Association. Kreitzer hits pop, far sideline, and pop gets out of bounds, but he's well short of the first down. And with 27.3 seconds to go, Ricardo victory formation coming for Neenah. You can see, look at Coach Steve Young. He's pumped.
He is. Big win for them.
This is a kind of a season-defining win, I would say.
They've been slaying their demons. Fond du Lac last week, got Appleton North this week. One more remains.
Well, you look at the Neenah schedule at Oshkosh North and Kaukauna, at Kimberly and Appleton East. Some tricky games still in there. That's a tough 3-game stretch to finish with Kaukauna, Kimberly, and Appleton East. You look at Appleton North, they have Appleton East and at Oshkosh West, Fond du Lac, and at Oshkosh North. And according to our friend John Yoke, first time the Rockets 5-0 since 2018, Ricardo. Woo! So 4 years ago. What a battle. How you false starting on victory formation? They just want to start celebrating early, don't they?
They do. Real quick, Brett, we talked about Appleton North. They'll be back. They'll be there at the end, and you know they will be.
Oh, I know.
For Neenah, again, program-defining wins. This is a special season for them. Build off this, because I think you saw maybe in years past some of the things that happened during this game that would have affected them and that would have led to Appleton North touchdowns. Not this year, Brett. They took some of those mistakes and turned them into points or turned away Appleton North.
Ricardo, how big was that defensive stand there towards the end of the first half?
It was huge. I think that to kind of set the tone for the game.
You kind of wonder, don't you? I was wondering if that was going to be a turning point, because Appleton North could have gone up 14-7, and then the complexion's different, and then they start out the second half with the ball in that 7-point lead. But that was a big, big play to get off the field in 4th and short.
Back-to-back losses for North. It's strange to see. You don't usually see that, Brett. But again, I'm firmly, this program's way too established to not expect them to be right there at the end. And you're right. I think you mentioned this before, Brett. No one's going to want to play that team because they're going to get like a 4th or 5th seed or something. You don't want to play this team in the first round.
Very easily see them getting deep into the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. They're so well coached. But what a win for Neenah. Your thoughts on the Rockets? I mean, when it mattered most, that running game kind of came to play. Big 4th down penalty, but they got their run game going. The offensive line got going, and some big option pitches. A new wrinkle offensively with Grant Dean.
We're seeing this
running
team.
The ball.
We're seeing this team take that next level right in front of our eyes, Brett. You know, we have another game coming up, the other big one with Kimberly later in this season. That'll be another defining win for this program. But right now, they've passed every challenge that's been put in front of them, Brett. And this is a proud team, a very talented team. Let's see how far this Neenah team can go. They got something very special brewing here.
Have we had a Kimberly score?
I haven't seen anything lately.
Here. Let me check their Twitter account. 35-13 Kimberly on top later in the third quarter. So it looks like the Papermakers going to get that win and be 5-0. But that's looking like it could be 2 7-0 teams going at it for the FVA championship in week 8. That'd be a
Brett,
good one.
Hey, we'll have another good one next week, too.
Yeah, we'll be at Kaukauna. That should be fun. 2 passing offenses, 2 really good quarterbacks. That should be a fun game. And what a game. Glad we were here for this one.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mike Elkin, for squeezing us in. We appreciate you.
All right, guys.
Have
a good one. We'll see you here next week.
Sounds good, Ricardo. Let me run down the scoring, and then I'm going to sign off. Neenah got on the board first. There was a passing attack early, a 32-yard hookup from Evan Van Evenhoven to number 32. Or check that, number 83, I'm sorry, Luke Keller, the junior tight end, that made it 7-0 with 1:37 to play. Appleton North responded right away on its ensuing possession with 8:51 to play in the second quarter. A nice long methodical drive ends on Luke Kreitzer's touchdown plunge. 7-7 was the score, and that's how it remained at halftime. I mentioned Neenah had a huge goal line or a huge fourth down stop to what looked like kind of a drive, Rosie, that I think Appleton North I think we all thought they were going to score at the end of the first half and maybe take a 14-7 lead. So it was a big defensive stop for the Rockets. Right away in the third quarter, fumble returned for a touchdown, 33 yards by number 47, Kyle Schultz, the senior defensive lineman, made it 14-7 within the first minute of the second half. Caden Pop with a big 47-yard field goal late in the third quarter made it 14-10 Neenah, and then as we saw with 1:07 to go, the 3-yard touchdown run by Jace Jenkins capped a 15-play, 92-yard drive, and then that's how it ends, 21-10. Wow. With the victory, the 7th-ranked Rockets, they improved to 5-0 on the season, 3-0 in Fox Valley Association play. They're at Oshkosh North next Friday, Fox Valley Association matchup. Early kickoff time for that one. Kickoff is scheduled for 5 p.m. at Titan Stadium. Appleton North, the Lightning fall to 3-2 on the season, 1-2 in the Fox Valley Association. Lightning at home next week Friday against Appleton East. Also a Fox Valley Association matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. As we said throughout the live stream, we're back at it next Friday night as we head to Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. It's going to be a very interesting Week 6 matchup as Kaukauna hosts Fond du Lac. Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. And again, you can always access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Final thank you to our sponsors. First, Cellcom. Save $1,000 on the entire iPhone 14 family with a new line, or save $650 when you upgrade. Visit Cellcom.com to get yours today. Offers require a trade-in. Restrictions apply. Details at Cellcom.com/save. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel. And spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS0922 at sbcglobal.net. So for Ricardo, for Rosie right next to me, and of course the entire crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Rocket Stadium here on the campus of Neenah High School. Once again, the final score tonight, Neenah 21, Appleton North 10. Have a great night, everybody.